Hello guys and welcome to the Bright Agent. Today I'm going to do something that's very important in English and very important in real life. How to structure a debate. Now, debates can go like this. Put a point forward, put an argument, and then just explain it away. But some explanations for different debates might not sound reasonable. For example, these are my shoes, one person says. These are not your shoes, one person says. And this person says, how do you know? And it's because, and that person who's arguing that it's not that person's shoes says, well, no frogs are in Spain, so I'm right, you're wrong. The first issue with this argument for this person B, is that they haven't really made their point make sense and explain it very well. Because they said that no frogs are in Spain. In fact, frogs do exist in Spain. It's the same way as saying, oh, this keyboard is mine. And another person says, this keyboard isn't yours because no houses exist in Argentina. That's literally making no sense, and you're not even sticking to your point, which are the two main faults of winning or losing a debate, or just structuring an answer. For an argument, however, you really need to focus on a few things, and those few things are realizing that you can't just ignore other people's views. You need to recognize them and use a counter argument. For example, if you're focusing on whether to use a car or not to use a car for your commute to work, you could say, although using public transportation is much easier for certain people, especially people of poorer demographics, using a car would be much more efficient and have much less delays, as if you take a car, there will be no train strikes affecting your journey. So that is a structured argument because, number one, it references your point, number two, you're referencing the other person's argument, and number three, using a counter argument to ensure that your point is backed up and has evidence. This is very important, and it can be applicable in many, many scenarios. For example, if you're in a court and you're doing a court case, or let's say you're a lawyer and you need to think of a way to defend your client or to prove that the defendant did something wrong, you'll need a point, but a point won't be enough. You need evidence, but just saying a point and evidence can't be enough, since the other person can usually say that it didn't happen and that it was faked and staged. Which is why explanations are that important. You need to explain your point so that way it's more believable, it's more trustworthy, and the other person's more likely to believe you as a representative. And that's why debates are that important. No actual point means no actual evidence. And no actual evidence connecting that to the point means no room for explanation, which means your whole time has been wasted in investing in something that makes no sense. Which is why it's so important to have a right debate, have a right point, and ensure that it all is connected. And remember, when someone argues a vital point, a counter-argument to your point, you need to acknowledge it. You can't ignore it. Otherwise, more people will acknowledge the other person. The uncle said, I don't care if you use public transport, cars are better. Well, that's not really acknowledging the other person's point, is it? You're meant to acknowledge it so your argument gets stronger. if the argument doesn't get stronger, it weakens, and if it weakens, you essentially lose the point of even arguing a point anyway. So it's very, very fundamental to use arguments and points to advantage. There's so many applications for it to be used in, and in fact you might not even be arguing. You might be just trying to defend yourself, trying to maybe apply for a job, giving a point. Like, oh, I'm very, very competent for banking because I got 9 in maths for my A levels and an 8 in further maths for my A levels. And I also got 9 in business and economics. Because explanations literally are the backbone of the whole point. No backbone means nothing is supported, and it will just end up looking jumbled and unreasonable. So be right, stay right, and I hope you enjoyed this video and make use of it.